Railroads have been around for almost 200 years. The workers that dedicated their lives to building these national treasures ensured that they would last a lifetime. American Heritage Railways, the premier passenger rail operating company, continues this strong tradition with today's skilled men and women that the past would be proud of. Affiliated with railroad operations around the world, American Heritage Railways keeps the railroad experience alive. You'll find this focus intertwined in all of its properties, including Old Tucson, the Grand Imperial, and the other non-railroads companies. American Heritage Railways' success is built on a blend of old and new values, preservation, education, and entertainment. American Heritage Railways honors the history and the story of this proud era and brings strong ethics, innovative ideas, and the courage to dream big.
American Heritage Railways is truly a unique company because it brings storytelling, it brings emotions, and it brings life to historic railroads, to historical properties, really around the world.
We are surrounded with people who have passion, who love what they do, and because of that, it brings it to life.
It doesn't take any stretch of the imagination to feel it. A lot of people describe steam locomotives as being alive or even having a personality. Locomotives are cantankerous. They will fight you on some days.
There's something about steam engines that, sparks the imagination.
It's a working, breathing, living machine. It's like having another member of your family.
The building has its own life. The building has its own spirit. And some days it'll take you in one direction, other days it'll take you in the other direction. But the building itself is alive.
And if I could say you go back in time, literally you do go back in time because the way that we do business is the right way.
You really do get immersed in the time. You don't feel like you're in today, and you want to preserve that experience for the next generation. And you kind of reach the point where you ask yourself, if not me, then who?
If we stopped doing this today, there would be a generation that would not know how. A time gone by that is important to realize where our history came from. The people that paved the way before us, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. So I definitely think preserving history is making history in its own self,
If you walk through all the cars, there's a piece of me in every one, from the paint to the flooring.
So you preserve that feeling and what you believe in. It makes it very easy for people to be a part of what we do from the moment they walk in the gate.
With preservation and education at the core of who American Heritage Railways is, they believe that the best way to safeguard this narrative is to present it in a way so interesting and exciting that it opens the door to not only save the history, but allow it to flourish.
The big thing for us was we started out, it was all about preservation of history. And it spread into the education because we felt that was important. But to get people interested, we decided to become entertainers because entertainment is the hook that brings people in and allows us to do the educating and to the preservation of what we have.
I think the thing that makes AHR unique amongst other railroad companies or entertainment companies is on the railroad side, it's about it's about history and preservation, but it's also about taking that into kind of a modern era and how do we move preservation into the next generation. What's a new way to present preservation?
The world was built on the Industrial Revolution and then expansion and all these stories that I don't think people really fully understand or respect until they get to actually step into it and see it.
I will tell you, we do Polar Express of 54 railroads, and I'll bet you 50 of the 54 will tell you it's the best thing ever happened to them, fiscally speaking, and helping them survive. That providing that feature of attractiveness and entertainment opens a door for you to save the history and to make that history prosper.
What makes the American Heritage Railways so special is the authentic experience it brings to the present.
Just trying to sell history in a vacuum is kind of a hard sell, because a lot of times people don't relate to the attractiveness of history. Some people love it, some people think it's, well, that's the past, you know. What's ironic here is when you show up, you experience the sights, the sounds, the feels of everything that went into 19th century railroading. And it wasn't crafted for you. It wasn't thematically scripted. It wasn't put together by smoke and mirrors. It's what it is. It still lives and it's still there. And you just feel like you're a part of everyone who was here before, of all the pioneers that came here and created this. We live in a world that is a bit more crafted for us, I think, and deliberate, if you will. And maybe things aren't always as they seem. One thing that's unique about coming to spend a day here, not only on the railroad, but right here in the town of Durango, is a very authentic experience. I think that's very genuine, and I don't mean to sound too altruistic, but I think it brings, there's an amazing amount of people that come to this area and spend time in our community and ride the train, and they just want to stay. For some reason, they're just drawn and they just want to be here. I'd like to think that it is because it's authentic and it's not crafted just to make them feel good for a moment, but it's as if they found a little slice of life that's really special and unique, and they just kind of want to soak it up and bathe in it and just stay here and be a part of it sometimes.
Get into something raw, historical, and in some ways simple, relaxes people, and I think that's what makes an impact. Why I think it's important is because it's a time and a lifestyle that we will only continue to get further from.
We want to develop an experience that creates emotion in a family, in kids, in parents. Because once that emotion is created, it's going to be something that's going to live with them for a lifetime.
The experience that we provide is that true step back in time to what people are yearning for. That sense of the Wild West, that sense of American nostalgia, where time slows down.
American Heritage Railways goes beyond just operating and providing a memorable experience to the public. At its core is a mission that resonates with every employee, fostering an internal culture of passion, love, family, and teamwork.
The culture of AHR is truly something that we have created from within.
There's trust, I think. There's inclusiveness. There's reminding people that they're part of a team, and not just because it sounds good or it's something that, you know, we're supposed to do. It's because that's how we survive together, and we really are a team.
You want to get up and you want to go to work every day. And what a weird feeling that you wake up and you say, I want to go work with my best friends. I want to go work with the people that I truly care about and that I want to spend every day with.
Passion is infectious. And when you're passionate about what you do, it resonates. And it resonates to everyone around you. It makes for a better experience. It makes so that when you go to work every day, it's not work. You do it because you love it.
I've not really worked a day since I've been here. It's hard work, but I like the work. So you never work any if you love your job.
And I've said this over, and a lot of people maybe get uncomfortable when I say it's all about love.
Working here gets under your skin, and it seems like all their other properties are the same way.
But when you care about what you're doing, and you're surrounded by other people who care about the same thing, no matter what your background, you're all working towards a common goal, not because it's just what you're paid to do, it's because of what you want to do. That's special.
Or we all have a common belief and a common goal to make this a great experience for our passengers and for our employees.
Well, I love the community we have here. It's like a family.
You have the freedom to be yourself, and everybody brings something different to the table. And I think the company embraces that. And you get people from all different backgrounds, and they all bring something different and can contribute in different ways. And to me, that's like a family.
And so I know that the culture that we have is the people. It matters who we hire.
You become part of the core, part of the family.
Yeah, I love who I work with in every facet of life, from everyone who's hired here yesterday to the people I have known and worked with for decades. I'm relationship driven in many ways, and I really find a lot of value in my life with the memories and the admiration I have for a lot of people that are here. It keeps me going.
Everybody that works here has a sense of family, has a sense of belonging, and has that true love and respect for history.
These values are present in all of American Heritage Railway's entities, most well known being the two premier railroads, the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad and the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad, and the events they license on those trains. But the fun doesn't end there. The experience of the era continues with the Grand Imperial Hotel and the Old Tucson Theme Park. One value that American Heritage Railways has at its core is being a good neighbor. The internal culture that it fosters extends seamlessly to giving back to the communities it serves.
American Heritage, at the end of the day, and it comes down from the very, very top, it's about community. And it's about wanting to give back to your community, even when it's borderline not fiscally, you're not going to make money, or maybe not the right thing to do. But it's the right thing to do.
We've evolved in so many ways, from just a train ride.
But probably one of the most strongest has been that community relationship, the outreach, the transparency, the donations to the different causes, being a part of the community.
The big things that they do that are silent, where they don't need notoriety for helping the community, is probably one of the greatest assets.
It's not just charity, but it's rebuilding communities, giving communities an opportunity.
It has been wonderful to see the tight-knit relationship of American Heritage Railways with the communities to which it serves.
But that's the kind of thing we do. It's be a good citizen, be a good community person, a good neighbor. That extends to the people that work with us, but it extends to the whole city and region we live in. And I won't tell you, everything we ever touched was gold. Some of my crazy ideas probably didn't work too well over the years, but life is a motion picture, not a still shot. And so, every day is another adventure. Every day is another opportunity.
With each passing day, it's evident that giving back, the spirit of love, and the element of goodness is needed more and more in today's world. How does American Heritage Railways plan on sustaining these beliefs going forward?
We praise our history and we show our love for it. Again, not ignoring some of the bad times, but showing an understanding of how far we've come and what a bright future we have. History is the roadmap to the future. You've got to know your past, or you're just going to make the same mistakes.
Just like a train that moves forwards and backwards, our company is moving forward in the fact that we're reaching out to realize that we've got a good thing now, and in order to keep a good thing going, you have to be planning ahead for the future.
If you're not growing, you're dying. And we certainly don't want to do that. So it's being able to hold on to the past, know what you are, but also reach towards the future to new endeavors.
He's truly the dreamer behind where we are today. Al has created something that is unique, that I don't know if it can be replicated with the properties, with the team, with really where we've been the last 25 years.
A lot of them are crazy that I know I won't ever do. They don't ever tell me I can't do it, because then you'll make me do it.
The past is important, the present is fun, and the future is bright for American Heritage Railways. It takes a special group of people, a family, to bring the type of experience American Heritage Railways presents to this country and its communities.
There's a heritage, and maybe that's why that heritage keeps popping up in all of our company's names. It's the heritage, the culture, the virtue and the values that made things happen that we can't forget.